My name's Paul Fryer, Business Systems Manager at B&W Loudspeakers.
I'm Jeff Edwards. I'm Executive Vice President Operations, B&W Group Limited.
My name is Faiz Hamdoon. My title is Head of Quality at B&W Group.
Bowers & Wilkins is a high quality premium brand loudspeaker manufacturer and distributor of hi-fi ancillary equipment. The technology that we use in our speakers is state-of-the-art material technology. We choose materials that actually allow us to produce the best quality acoustic sound.
At B&W, being a manufacturing company, making a consumer product, operations management for us means delivering that product to the customer when they need it at the right price and at the right quality.
In B&W, operations management is about making sure that the consumer gets what the consumer wants when he wants it. So first and foremost, it's about manufacturing the product to the highest quality in the most efficient way and delivering it to the customer when he wants it.
The components of that process for us, or the most important components, are the people.
So in terms of mass customization, we are trying to make, at a really large manufacturing scale, the top quality speakers. That is quite a challenge in itself.
B&W has grown in terms of turnover and in terms of complexity. Multiple sites, multiple manufacturing sites, etc. A big goal for me during that period has been providing an information system which can cover all of those operations and processes.
The goal and objective that we have as our main mission statement was defined 42 years ago by John Bowers, the founder of the company. That is to produce the best loudspeaker in the world. We invest very heavily in research and development, and at the same time we obviously focus very much on the quality of the speakers we produce.
Goals and targets are obviously important. They go through the whole organisation. The company as a whole have goals and targets in terms of turnover and profit, and that has to cascade down to individual personal goals and departmental goals.
We sort of cascade our goals downwards. So the goal of producing the best loudspeaker is reflected in the way we invest in research and development. It's reflected in our quality ethos throughout the organisation. But at the same time, we have to reflect the fact that we are a commercial organisation, and therefore we need to be efficient and effective in everything we do.
Quality has been very critical in the growth of B&W loudspeakers.
We follow a lean philosophy here to a certain extent, so we're attempting to eliminate waste and to develop a process that goes from start to finish as effectively as possible.
Waste obviously is one of the big sins if you're looking at quality, because you only get waste if you're not actually producing first-rate quality first time.
We have a process of an appraisal process annually where those targets are set based on that strategy of the business for the following year.
It's basically built into the design, so the quality has an input into the design. We look at any issues that we incur with customers, with production, and we try and design it out of the system.
Always, in this organisation, quality comes first. We never really sacrifice quality for the purpose of, commercial. We make sure that we are commercially effective.
For us, the most important thing is we look at the whole. It's the delivery of that finished product to the end customer which matters.
What we'll look at when we design a product is how can we manufacture that product most effectively. Now that doesn't really matter where the factory facility is. So a good example is for a lot of companies in our industry, as they've had to move from maybe a high cost area like the UK to a lower cost area, maybe in the Far East or Eastern Europe, they've tended to very much go down the route of outsourcing and giving it to an OEM manufacturer. With B&W, we created our own facility in China, which is a mirror image of the facility we have in the UK. The technology that facility uses is identical to the technology we use in the UK. The quality systems that govern that factory are identical with the quality systems that govern the UK. We try and measure quality at the earliest possible time. So a product going around our own production lines here in the UK will actually go through 5 or 6 quality audits before it even gets to the finished product. But first and foremost, every employee within the group has as one of their job requirements that they are a quality inspector. So if we have, say, 3 people making a product, the first person is responsible for making sure that he actually manufactures that part of the product to that highest quality standard. The second person is responsible for checking that when he starts his task on that product, the other person has already done it to the correct standard. If he hasn't, it shouldn't go any further down the line. So every member of the company, every member of the group is responsible for the quality of the experience ultimately to the customer. We design speakers with the connoisseur in mind. We like to feel that we own the eyes and ears of the connoisseur. Now, that means that, to a person buying B&W speakers, we want him to have that wow factor, that he listens to the speakers and he is in the auditorium where the concert was held. He's in the jazz club where, the jazz musician is playing. He's in the live concert of a popular musician. He should not actually know the speakers are there. It's all about the experience that he receives. So when we talk about what is the standard for a consumer is basically that he just loves the product, that he goes out and tells everybody about the product. That is the standard we wish to achieve. We actually produce better quality product, we would like to say, than anybody else, but we're doing it repeatedly. It's quite interesting to see how, in many ways, they always say somebody mimicking you is complimenting you. It's very interesting as I do travel around and I see other businesses, how often we actually see things that we've been doing have been picked up by other businesses. And we are frequently used as a reference site for other UK manufacturers. They come and visit us in terms of seeing what we do and how that can reflect. Again, that may not directly affect sales, but there's a lot of other people therefore know about us, and that sort of percolates out.
Can an operations system actually aid the innovation environment of the company? Yes, I believe it can.
Back some 30 years ago, John Bowers, who was the owner and manager of the company at that time, wanted to make sure that we kept creative, innovative freedom away from the manufacturing operations. So he split those engineers that were actually designing and engineering the product away into a separate research establishment and kept engineers who were designing the processes and the manufacturing in a separate manufacturing facility.
One of the things that we're very conscious of is that we work in a changing world. I mean, the company has changed massively in the last 10 years, and we look at the next 5 years, who knows what's going to happen. Having a robust and defined operation system and method actually helps you to adjust to those changes.
So what we have is a very strong team ethos within the group, so that the production engineers who are responsible for the development of a product work very closely with the process engineers and